Okay, I figured out my key to success, now I'm locked in. I learned how to open doors like a locksmith. I'm uptown, I'm the one they wanna shop with. Run off with the bag, even though we don't shoplift. All that gun talk y'all want, I'm not with. It's not cool, everybody got them long clips. You gon' mess around and get one of your dogs hit. And when you do, I hope you know you're not John Wick.
Welcome back. You're not logged in with DK and Atwood. I'm Atwood. Killer to my left here. DK as always. Beautiful day here on the mats at the Next Element Academy, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Man, it's been a hot one this weekend.
Dude, thank God. So I actually, my old car, I didn't have AC for like 8 years because it was a piece of shit. And in order to get the AC fixed, it would cost more than the car was worth. So I just said, fuck it. Kept the unnecessary pounds off, you know, but man, it was miserable in the summertime. Yeah. I'm just thankful I have AC like now.
The summers get hotter and hotter here.
Yeah. And
really
and you
weird.
don't I grew up here, right? And you've lived here for you don't get used to it. The humidity always sucks. No. And that's the worst part.
People were like, "Oh, you lived in Alaska, man. You should be used to the cold." I'm like, "No, dude." And I lived in Jersey too for a while, and I was like, "No. You never get used to the cold, man. You never get used to being miserable." You know, and being up there in Alaska and fucking New Jersey during the winter is miserable, man. I don't know how anybody lives up there. Really don't. Maybe that's why everybody from New Jersey's moving down here.
Well, that and probably politics too.
100% politics, man. 100,000% on that.
Like
I think that was like the tipping bird. Yeah, snowbirds. Yeah, so they call people that visit New Jersey, like on the shore, the Jersey Shore. They call them bennies.
They call them what?
Bennies.
Bennies?
Bennies.
What is that?
Bennys, I guess. I don't know what that means. Huh. It's just like a tourist. You're a Benny. Okay.
We used to call them, whenever I was a kid, like the tourists that would come down to the beach and ride the boogie boards. I think we got it from that old cartoon, Rocket Power, but we call them spongers.
Yeah. That's a good one, dude.
Yeah.
Because those, man, everybody comes down there, and what do? They buy the boogie boards. Yep. For other people, those are called like body boards, you know?
Yeah, we call them boogies.
Boogies.
Spongers.
Boogie boards. Spongers. Look at the spongers, dorks.
So, this weekend it's UFC 302. Porier, Islam. You got Paulo Costa on there, Strickland. Our boy Joe Selecki's fighting Grant Dawson. Your boy Phil Rose fighting Jake Matthews.
Yeah, Phil Rowe, man. Very interesting guy, too. Like, a lot of people probably follow him. I think he's got like 70 plus, maybe 100,000 followers on an Instagram or something like that, which is so crazy. I met the dude when he was like 1 and 2 as a pro.
Damn.
1 and 2, man.
Where did you say? I know we talked about it before, but like, where did you say you met him?
I met him. I was at a fight. He was supposed to fight in North Carolina at Camp Lejeune. It was supposed to be. They were supposed to start doing a series. This promotion was at Marine bases, and it was going to be called the Leatherneck Fighting Series or something like that, right? And so anyways, I went up there with the guy and that I was helping out corner. And then one of my old teammates from Jersey, he was down too to fight, and I helped corner him. But, you know, they had Dan Henderson there. But Phil Bro was there, man, and just a cool dude, man. Just all around, just nice, always wanting to talk, always talkative, just funny, always cracking jokes. Has a nickname, the Fresh Prince. Because dude is tall, man, and it looks like
I was just telling you that juice
looks
box
like Will
fade
Smith.
He has
Yeah, he looks like Will Smith back in the day for Fresh Prince, you know, which is wild. And so he's got a cool little swag, and dude,
he can fight, man.
He can fight, man.
Yeah.
I rolled with him, man, before he was in the UFC. Me and this dude named Cody Jones went down to Orlando to corner a kickboxer, this little teenager that was in like this kickboxing championship. And anyways, we visited. It's called Fusion Excel, and this was before like they were really that big. You know, I don't know if they had anybody in the UFC at that point in time. Not even I think Mike Perry was coming out of there too. I'm not sure if Mike Perry was in there then or not. But anyways, I trained with them. Trained with Phil, his coach Julian. and some other guys there, and had a good time, man. Great group of people down there in Orlando. They're in they're in a mall. You know,
Like the
a
gym?
mall.
Yeah, like Brunson.
Yeah, like Brunson.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a old mall.
Mhm.
It's kind of like they're on their last leg, man. Yeah, it's like when gyms start moving into malls, man.
Yeah.
like the malls got it's kind of gonna stop pretty soon.
Yeah.
You know, they finally. Sorry to talk about malls now, but malls are kind of like
I know where you're going, I think.
they're about to tear
Inlet
down
Square?
the one in Myrtle.
Yeah.
About to tear down that one,
And,
and they had there's a Planet Fitness in there too.
Yeah.
There's a Planet Fitness.
So
in
whenever
there.
you're talking about gyms and malls, that's the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah. You know, they had an MMA fight in that place. Brunson had an MMA fight in the old Sears or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I bet that was actually, I bet there was plenty of space.
Plenty of space.
Yeah, dude.
Had to be weird, though, you know?
Yeah, probably.
Anyways.
But also, real quick, while we're on the subject of that, did you know they're going to build another overpass down there? There's going to be two. I don't know if they're going to connect the two of them that are going to be there in Myrtle's Inlet, or they're just going to have you go over one down and then right back over another. I'm not sure, but they're supposed to build an overpass.
I love overpasses.
Yeah, they just love making shit look more modern than. I mean, I guess there's a lot of people that are moving here, but
Did you remember the traffic on Homestown and Glens Bay, though, back in the day?
yeah,
Well, sorry, guys.
yeah. Sorry.
Anyways,
None of these people.
so
know what
back
the
to the
fuck we're talking
fight. Philibro is on the card, and dude's long, man. Like, he's got a serious reach.
And he's fighting Jake Matthews, who the odds aren't even out for that fight. Or no, they are. They're just even.
What's Jake Matthews' record?
I don't know. I'll tell you here in a second. Jake Matthews is 19-7. 6 wins by knockout.
19-7?
Yeah. 6 wins by knockout, 7 wins by submission, and 3 first-round finishes. So he's well-rounded. I mean, we already knew that, though.
Usually you don't see many guys in UFC over with that many losses.
But he's also been in the UFC for a while. You know?
So
you don't see people going into the UFC with those type. Oh, well, 19-7 isn't that bad. I mean, it's a great record.
It is a good record, man. Listen, I'm not one to talk about anybody's record.
10-4.
Yeah.
But I think he's gotten all of his losses in the UFC.
No, I think he started, but when Phil started fighting, he was 0-2.
Oh, really? So he's
0-2, man.
Damn. So maybe he hasn't even lost in the.
He started his career out 0-2. So yeah, his first two fights he lost, and
he
then
lost his last fight.
Yeah,
but it was against Neil Magny. I mean,
yes.
Neil Magny's a fucking monster. Dude.
And he's been doing these grappling shows. He's grappled against Gordon Ryan. He's grappled against Craig Jones in the Karate Combat. Dude's a black belt. He's legit. Phil Rowe, yeah.
Is he the one? Oh, he must have been the one. He's the one that Craig got that.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. But still, that's Craig Jones.
Yeah.
So I want to get into the card, and we'll make some predictions like we did for the last one. But before we do that, let's talk about steroids, dude. Like
steroids. Khalil Roundtree.
Yeah. Well, one thing I will say
because he was supposed to be fighting this weekend.
Yeah. So Khalil looks like he could be on steroids for sure, but I don't think that it was on purpose. Just because, maybe I should hold my tongue on that. But like, just because of how he came out about it, like he didn't wait for it to hit the press. You know, he just said, "Hey, you guys are gonna hear that I popped." It's like, tainted supplement, which is kind of like what we talked about earlier. That's what everybody says, right? But
it could be legit.
I think it is legit.
Yeah, we were. And Joe Rogan talks about this on his podcast all the time. Is the supplement companies reuse the vats and everything that they use to mix the supplements up in, and I guess a lot of them don't re-clean them.
And so you'll have residue from other
you have
things
residue. And if you get it's nanometers.
Yeah, exactly.
So
like Sean O'Malley, we were discussing that. Same thing happened to him. Maybe same thing happened to old Ryan Garcia.
Because that's coming out now. But dude was jacked, right? But he was also in a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Weight class.
But I mean, the guy, like he's ripped, right? But he's not very big. You know, what does he fight at? 140, 35, 40?
Somewhere around there.
So he's probably like my size, just jacked. Probably a little taller than me. I'm pretty sure.
20. He's like 20 something. 20 years old or something. He's young.
I think he might be like mid-20s by now. I'm not sure, but in any case, like his B sample came back positive, so I'm sure he's going to get some sort of suspension. I'm sure Devin Haney's going to look to have the last fight wiped as a no contest. Came in 3 pounds over on purpose. You know, what do you think about that type of shit?
So, I think coming in overweight
on purpose.
So that's a little.
Floyd Mayweather told him to do that.
Fuck with him, maybe.
You know? Right.
And then Mayweather's like, dude, go in overweight. Money Mayweather. He's all about the money, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so if he did tell him to do that, you know, it's a tactic.
Yeah.
You know, it's like art of war.
But what kind of punishments do you think? I mean, yeah, you had to forfeit some of your purse, right? But
to get suspended for a year, more than likely. Oh, for the overweight part?
Yeah.
Overweight part, definitely. I mean, listen, bro. You can be over 3 pounds. You give me $1.5 million. Come on over, man.
I mean, obviously, if
but
it's
I know
belt,
that's
you can't
like
win the belt,
yes,
right? But it's like to be used as a tactic. I don't know, man. I feel like shit like that could start some sort of like a trend, you know, where people are like, well, you know, I'm making a lot of money, you know, fuck the belt.
Like Costa, right? Costa blatantly missing weight.
I forget how much he missed by, but it was like 9 pounds. It might even be more than that. I'm not sure, but just didn't even bother to cut the weight. Yeah. And this, I don't know if that was that a welterweight? I mean, middleweight fight, or was that a light heavyweight?
Yeah, I want to say it was 85. I want to say it was.
But in any case, like, didn't even bother to fucking cut the weight. Didn't even fight. Obviously, the other guy's like, no, I'm not gonna fight him. But yeah, I think that's. I mean, I get it from a standpoint as a career, I guess, but I don't know. Well, I guess when you're making that kind of money, it is fuck the belt, you know.
Well, and plus he bet on himself, made $12 million.
Yeah, and how is that legal? I didn't think you could do that shit.
I mean, I don't know, dude.
I guess as long as you bet on yourself to win.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Like if you bet on yourself to lose, then there's
yeah, obviously there's something fishy going on there. But yeah, dude, the whole steroid thing. You know, TJ Dillashaw. In my mind, everybody else
that was the best thing. So if I was going to do a steroid, it would be what TJ did.
EPO.
That's what Lance Armstrong did.
Right.
You know, and if I'm trying to, and that's what TJ moves. Mm-hmm. He moves for 25 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Constantly. And so what that EPO is, it helps put oxygen into your bloodstream. What does oxygen it gets in red blood cells. Sorry, it helps boost your red blood cells. Red blood cells carry oxygen. The more red blood cells you have, the more oxygen you have in your muscles, the more fuel.
Right.
The less tired they get.
Right.
The better, you know, oxygen utilization you have and uptake that you have. So you can, because when you're getting tired, it's because, and you start getting that lactic acid build up, it's like, man, my muscles are running out.
Yeah.
You know, they need to be fueled by that oxygen. And so what that EPO is helps produce more oxygen. Mm-hmm. And that's what I would do, man. I was sponsored by a company back when I was in New Jersey. It was called EPO Boost. And it was natural products. Who knows? I mean, I didn't really get tested back then. I mean, I got tested in New Jersey. I was fighting Bellator and stuff like that during that time. So I was taking it, and it was pills, and it was a pre-workout. I don't know if they still make it or not, but if I was going to take something, it would be EPO. If I'm going to take a steroid,
do you think,
because I want to be in best shape.
Right.
If I can go 100 miles an hour, and you go 100 miles an hour, but you start sputtering,
fading off,
yeah.
Do you think TJ had been cheating long before he got caught?
Yeah, I still have it, bro.
Still out there, huh?
Yeah, still have it. Still out there. Anyways, we'll talk about that product here pretty soon. But I think he was definitely doing it before he got caught because look at his rise to fame. Look at, I mean, I think he was doing a good job at masking it, but it's just USADA. I mean, that's who caught Lance Armstrong, right? Mm-hmm. So
I think TJ did it to make 125. I think that probably through that camp somewhere, he was like, I'm not going to be able to make this weight without help. And he wanted so bad to be double champ and go down and get that belt.
Yeah, the only problem is EPO doesn't really help you cut weight. It just
But if it gives you more energy,
not more energy, but it just more energy, but more output, right? So if I'm going down to 25, I need to have more output because people are smaller, more lighter weight, and different things like that.
And then when you get that low, it's got to be you're already drained, right? Like you got to be able to work harder to sweat more, to lose more weight. And then when you see pictures of him before he made weight, it looks like Skeletor, man. Like he was tiny.
At 35 is perfect for him,
Right.
But,
well, in my opinion, I think that TJ Dillashaw has to be one of the greatest ever at 135. That dude was just so good, man.
He was good, and the way what's so crazy is he didn't start out as a good striker.
No, he was a wrestler, right?
Just wrestler, man. He'd take people down, and beat them up, but then he turned into this fucking, obviously with Dwayne Ludwig.
Yep.
Turned into a striker, man, to where his combinations are just smooth and crisp. And, I love Dwayne's style, man.
Me too.
It puts combinations together, and that's what I like. It flows, So,
I think I don't believe TJ had been cheating. Obviously I could be wrong, but or maybe it's just because I'm such a big fan of his. I don't want to believe it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that hurt my heart when that happened.
Back in the day, man, and I've heard stories because I've have ties with people that were in the UFC back in the day, and they tell me everybody was taking steroids.
Oh, I'm sure.
They tell me how they, for the places in New Jersey. And I think we've talked about this before on this podcast. I had a friend, he fought in Bellator. Anyways, you get random drug tested in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And so now I think you get random. Before it was everybody gets drug tested. Well, you go and you piss in a cup. This dude had a Whizzinator. You know what a Whizzinator is?
Yeah, we did talk about this.
Yeah. He'd wear basketball shorts. And so this was the mid-2000s. So, I mean, basketball, people weren't wearing short-ass shorts like I'm wearing today.
Have baggy shorts.
For sure, yeah.
So you could hide it.
Yeah, and he'd pull it out the bottom like that, and kind of. And I think the bag or something was under his balls.
Mm-hmm.
The bag
Try
of
to
piss.
keep it warm.
Yeah, because so you get there, you come down from most of the fights are in casinos, and so if you're prepared for this, you just come down with your shit, with your fresh piss, and go right to the bathroom.
Right.
But you don't really even need to keep it warm. Honestly, it's like the guy watching you, he's behind you. He's not like standing over your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
He's behind you. Probably back then, I don't know if he was on his phone Googling or scrolling or anything, but yeah, man, you just fill it up. I mean, you only got to put that much piss in there.
Yeah, just big enough for them to stick the strip in there, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know, man. I hope TJ. I will say this now, and people watching this might think I'm stupid, but I think we see TJ in the UFC again. I think he comes back for a fight. Yeah, he's been getting the surgeries done on his shoulder. His shoulder was all fucked up. But I really do think that TJ comes back to fight. I don't know if it'll be at 135, but I
don't think he will, man. He's 40.
I think we've seen it before, dude. We've seen it before.
Yeah.
I think we do. I think he comes back for one more.
Oh, man. I don't know. I think I wonder when Dustin's going to be done talking about.
There could be a good chance that this Saturday is the last time we see Dustin Poirier fight, especially if he loses.
he's been fighting a lot. He
Yeah.
fights. He's fought a lot in the UFC. You know, it's crazy.
He doesn't get enough credit.
He doesn't. He's been in the UFC a long time,
And he's
dude.
fought everybody.
Yeah, he was in the UFC for like a year or two when I met him, and that
He's
was
still at 145, right?
that was 12 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
That guy is and he's fought everybody. Anybody you could think of in featherweight and lightweight, the dude's fought.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of those dudes and it sucks, right? But when he retires and he's done, he's one of those guys that everybody knows now, but people will probably forget about, 5 years, which sucks because, I mean, the guy's record and his track sheet, I guess is the term I was thinking of.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But speaking of the fights this weekend, let's go through here and make some predictions. All right? Because last time you smoked me, and that's not going to happen again.
Uh-oh. Competition time. No.
We'll start.
Let me look.
We'll start in the prelims and work our way up.
Okay.
Okay. Now, some of these guys I haven't really heard of. So the first fight on the prelims, welterweight fight, Nico Price and Alex Morano. I know of both these dudes. I really like Nico, so I'm going with Nico. And I think he'll probably get a done submission.
Yeah. I think
He's an underdog right now, by the way.
I think Nico's going to win.
So Nico is a plus 195 underdog. The next fight, your boy Phil Rowe versus Jake Matthews. No odds on this one. They are even. By the way, if you guys hear the stuff in the background, that's Austin back there getting ready for his fight next weekend. So,
Yeah.
just in case you could hear it.
Crazy as next weekend, man. I take Phil Rowe. I think he's going to knock him out.
All right.
Because he's got, out of his 4 UFC fight wins, I think he's all there's either 3 or 4 knockouts.
I'm going to take Jake Matthews on that one. All right. So
Okay.
I don't know how he gets it done because he's very well-rounded, but I just think he gets it done.
All right.
Next is, our boy Joe Selecki and Grant Dawson. Got to take Joe. He's a plus 320 underdog.
Listen, it's going to be grappler versus grappler.
Yeah.
And they might cancel each other out, but Joe's been grappling so much longer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long Grant's been training. He trains at a good team.
Yeah.
I mean, Francis Marshall's been training with him. I know that.
Who we've had on the podcast.
Yeah, and
Go
he's
check that episode out. Cool guy.
He's a good grappler, but he's not on the level as Joe.
Right.
Yeah. I think he's a better wrestler than Joe. But Joe's fucking grappling, man. Like, obviously I've grappled with the guy before. 8 years ago. I grappled with him, like, on the regular. And damn, is it 8, maybe 6 years ago? Yeah. So I'm going with Joe too.
And I'll say this, even if I don't think Grant's better than Joe, but even if Grant were better than Joe, I would still pick Joe.
Yeah.
Just because he's my boy.
Yeah.
Next we have Cesar Almeida and Roman Kopylov.
I'm going with Roman.
That's what I was gonna say as well. That dude is a fucking monster.
Yeah.
And those odds are fairly even as well. Damn, they're both a negative. What?
So, I mean, his last fight,
Roman?
he got submitted, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that fight.
So if Caesar does take him down, it could.
I think that was a bit of a fluke, though. I don't know if you saw the fight. I remember watching it. But he was doing great the whole time. He just made a mistake, dude.
And he's top 25 in the world, so it's like something we're used to be. Yeah, I'm still going Roman.
Same.
Yeah.
Then the first fight on the main card, Randy Brown. Oh, fuck. I'll just say Dos Santos because Elizeu Zaleski. Dos Santos. I only know of Randy Brown, so I'm gonna take him.
Yeah, I got a fight offer to fight Randy Brown a long time ago.
Did you?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Damn.
For it was for ring combat. I want to say he was like 6-0 at that time, something like that. Maybe.
And what is he now?
18-5.
18-5.
Yeah.
7 wins by knockout, 5 by submission. You taking Randy? I mean, the other guy is 24-7-1. 14 wins by knockout, 3 wins by submission. 10 first-round finishes.
Yeah.
Damn. Hold on.
Yeah.
Randy's
got a 78-inch reach advantage.
Really?
Yeah. He's got 78-inch reach. Elizio is he has a 73-inch reach. So
I'm going with Dos Santos, dude.
cool. Shit. I'll go Randy.
Are you
Go
sure?
Randy. Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
Go Randy.
Moving on is Almeida versus Romanov. If Almeida gets it to the ground, he'll probably win. But listen, I'm usually not one to say that when you take it to the ground, like, you know, a lot of casuals think that it's just boring. But Almeida really is boring when he goes to the ground. He doesn't try to finish the fight or anything, and that pisses me off. So therefore, I hope Romanov knocks him out again.
Yeah, and so Romanov's like he wrestled freestyle, you know, so it's gonna be
From Moldova.
yeah. Moldova.
Where is that?
It's near Russia.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like. Yeah. So I hope Romanov wins that.
Yeah. So who you got? You got Romanov?
Yeah.
That's who I got.
Kevin Holland
Versus Mikhail?
yeah, or maybe it's Michael. Oleg Shidzuk. I mean, dude, it's hard to dislike Kevin Holland, man. I really like Kevin. So
yeah,
I'm gonna hope and pray that Kevin wins. You know?
Yeah, same.
A little kung
Yeah.
fu.
Actually, I'm gonna go with Mikhail.
Mikhail?
Yeah.
All right. What did you just see? The 14 wins by knockout.
Yeah.
He's 19-7, 14 wins by knockout. One
And Kevin's
submission.
gonna.
That's good. That's gonna.
It's
That's
gonna be a
make
banger.
a good fight. Yeah.
It's gonna be a banger, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
then Sean Strickland, Paulo Costa.
That's an interesting fight. Because I think Paulo will stand with him.
I think Sean's gonna just push the pace, man, and then Costa's gonna.
That dude doesn't really get tired.
Yeah,
so.
I'm gonna think Costa's gonna get tired because he's got a lot of muscle to move around.
Yeah.
And it's a middleweight, so if he makes weight,
Right.
yeah. Same with, and we'll see about, yeah.
You going with Strickland?
Yeah, I'm going Strickland.
I would like to see Strickland win too.
Yeah.
He might be an asshole, but man, he's fun.
Yeah, he's a wild card too.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Especially that fight against Izzy. I still think you run that back, Izzy wins, but just outboxed him.
Yeah.
And that's all. That's all he did was box him. And then obviously the main event, Porier versus Islam. I think I know who you're taking.
I'm gonna take the diamond, man.
Yeah.
The diamond in the rough.
See, whenever I make predictions to myself, I don't allow myself to go with favoritism, you know, just because I obviously like Dustin Poirier more than I like Islam, but I just think practically the same thing's gonna happen that did with the Poirier Khabib fight. I think Islam's gonna get him down
And just grind him out.
Yep, and then it'll get a point where Poirier will make a mistake, and Islam will, you know, be able to capitalize on it.
Saying submit him?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. And I'll even go as far to say I think it's probably going to be a rear naked choke.
I think Dustin is going to be very wise about the takedown, and I think they're just gonna. I think it's gonna be a fucking killer fight. Obviously,
I do too.
I see Dustin winning in the later rounds,
Okay. Well,
like round 4 and 5.
Dustin had a little success against Khabib until Khabib got him against the fence. You know?
Yeah, but how that was a couple years ago.
True.
So,
Well, I mean, yeah, you say a couple years ago, but
I know.
I mean, for Dustin, it was a couple years ago. I mean, the guy's older now, and Islam is got to be, I don't know, way younger,
wiser, faster, stronger.
Yeah, and Islam can throw hands too, man.
Yeah,
Khabib's going to be in his corner.
Yeah.
So I think Islam gets that one done.
Cool.
Now, with all that being said, we differed on 3 fights.
Yeah.
Want to put some money on it?
What you want to put on? You want to put another hundo on?
I don't know if I want to put $100.
Okay, what you trying to do? 50, 25?
I'll do 50.
All right, let's do 50.
Or how about we do this?
All right.
25
A
per
fight. Let's get it.
So you can win.
So, winner. Yeah.
All right. Do that? All right.
Yeah.
Gentlemen agreement?
This is not a betting podcast.
No. And usually I don't do these sort of things, but just to add, because usually I lose. But just to add a little fun.
Yeah, he's got some good picks. I give him that.
Well, I think DK. I think you went with your heart.
I went with a lot of my heart. Yeah,
on this one. So I figured I'd take advantage of that.
But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So that being said, next week I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go yet, but you're heading out to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I got your press pass, by the way.
Oh, you did?
Yep. My bad.
Well, now I might have to go.
I meant to tell you.
So at first I was thinking like it's going to be my birthday the day we leave. Do I want to spend my birthday in a car for 12 hours? But if I can work it out to have somebody, look after my dog, then I'll go.
Yeah, that's the tough part, right?
That's the only bad thing.
Yeah.
But all right, cool. Well, now that
Sweet.
you got that, that's more enticing too, because then I don't have to sit in the crowd.
He said we could do a podcast after weigh-ins too.
Really?
Yep. If I'm down there, so I might not. I might leave the day of weigh-ins. I'm still talking with Megan.
All right.
If I leave the day of weigh-ins, I'm gonna leave like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Try to drive as much as I possibly can to get up there as fast as I can.
So Megan's going with you, right?
Right now, it's a no.
Well, if she doesn't come, why don't you just ride up with us?
So you guys are leaving on Thursday.
Yeah,
right?
weigh-ins is what, on Friday?
On Friday.
How long of a drive is it? It's got to be at least 10 hours.
It's 10 hours, but I would come with you guys, but it's just...
Is there an airport
it's weird.
near there?
Yes.
Why
Philly.
don't
I might fly too. So a lot of different things, man.
Yeah.
So anyways.
Yeah, anyways. So that fight's going to be next week. If we do a podcast there, it'd be cool to do one at weigh-ins, or we can just shoot one in the hotel.
Yeah,
with
that
Austin
too.
before
Absolutely,
the fight.
yeah.
We can do something like that. But anyways, we got people coming in now to do Muay Thai. So
thank you guys for locking in with us this week. Again, we appreciate it. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's keep these numbers pumping, and appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and I think we're a little over 700 subs now. We'll do another giveaway at 1,000. We still haven't gotten any hats or anything done. So Nick, I haven't even seen Nick. Where's Nick been?
Nick who?
Schaefer.
Oh, yeah, I haven't either.
I don't know where he's been, but
yeah, I haven't seen him either.
Right, I haven't either. But in any case, we still got him hooked up whenever we do get some shit made. Yeah. So we'll do another giveaway here at 1,000 subs. But anyways, appreciate you guys logging in with us.
Thank you.
Next time.
Appreciate it.